excited about the prelim and just your thoughts heading into the contest?
Always excited for a final, let alone a prelim. Not going to think too far ahead of ourselves though. Adelaide are a great match, so we have to prepare ourselves for them and play our best to beat them.
Can you talk about how far this group's come over this season, the past 12 months?
Yeah, well, obviously we lost to Melbourne last year in the prelim, which was a pretty devastating loss. We learnt from that and we were able to learn from our mistakes this year against both Melbourne and Adelaide, obviously Brisbane as well. So able to improve, develop our game and play better as a team.
You feel like a little bit of pain from that sort of driving you the way it ended in that last season?
All losses will drive us, absolutely, but it's about taking the learnings from that, learning where we can get better and not make those mistakes again.
How much confidence did you derive out of a couple of weeks ago, and just personally to play 75 games was a good milestone there as well?
Oh yeah, it's taken me a while to get here, but this weekend's not about me. I'm more than happy to win the game against Adelaide to sort of celebrate that rather than focus on myself.
And that confidence though that you got as a group a couple of weeks ago to nail one of the big sides, how much was that, carrying you guys going through to this week?
Oh, well, we've been close this season, close against Brisbane, close against Adelaide. We weren't playing our best last time we played Melbourne in the home and away season, so able to learn from those mistakes, come back, beat Melbourne and play really well as a team, enormous confidence from that.
How much do you analyse that round 9 match against the Crows, just leading to pretty much the whole time, and then just the last minute and a half lacking a little bit of composure? How much do you girls look over that final bit of play?
We analysed it to every letter, cross our T's, dot our I's, so when we learn, I guess, from those mistakes, in finals I would prefer to make those mistakes in home and away rather than make that mistake in finals. So we learnt from that, we know what to do for next time to save that game or even win the game if we need to.
How's the week off been?
It's been good, it's been slow. It's a long time between games, so able to had a good training session on Saturday, try to replicate a game as much as possible without obviously injuring ourselves, but yeah, it's good to have a break but ready to for Sunday.
Playing at Icon, obviously you're hoping for a big Roos crowd to kind of cheer you on.
Oh, absolutely. The Roos fans always turn out, whether it's for the men's or the girls. The support is fantastic. So hopefully we can see a few more numbers there on Sunday.
Next Monday night's the W Awards. You're hoping that Jazzy finally gets a bit of recognition from the umpires?
Oh, she gets recognition within our team, so I don't think she needs a medal to feel good about herself. She's a fantastic player and I reckon she's focused on Sunday more than the Monday Awards night.
How's it been being back in Melbourne?
It's been great. It's a good feel to the club. It always is coming back after an off season, but this year it feels a little bit different because I think the boys they're super hungry. I think coming back, we had our testing on Monday, and it's by far the fittest I've seen the group. Remember looking around upstairs and thinking, "Oh, I'm going to run with," because I was looking around, everyone's getting pretty good times for the shuttle test. So it's impressive, it's exciting, and then today the new draftees coming in. Adds another layer of excitement too. So it always is exciting, but this year feels a little different again.
Someone in particular looking fitter out there that you mentioned?
A fair few boys actually. In past years, Jai's always taken out our 2K or our shuttle test by a long way, and now this year I think a couple of boys have beaten him. He's also improved on his time, so like the whole cohort's just sort of moved up. I know Darcy Tucker's come back really fit. I think Dill's won the shuttle test for us, Dill Stevens, but Tuck's right up there. She's really fit. Lukey Davies cut about 20 seconds off his time, so it's pretty impressive. It just shows the hunger the boys have had over the off season, which is exciting.
You signed a deal knowing that the club's going to get better. Do you think the club can get better quicker than you thought even when you signed that deal?
Absolutely I do. As you said, signed on the premise that I thought I could see improvement in the club, see some light at the end of the tunnel, and the more the stuff happens, the boys have picked up from looking at the players they are and how the boys have kept their motivation in the off season. It's certainly really exciting coming in this week, and seeing the progression we've made when we haven't even been able to be at the club. So I'm hoping. Everyone's hoping that the light at the end of the tunnel's shorter rather than further, but it's only going to happen. We're only going to be able to do that ourselves. You've got to make it happen, sort of.
What did you get up to in the off season? Did you get a good break? You had such a big year this year.
Yeah, I had a good break actually. I went to Europe with a couple of the boys from the club, and then came back for a couple of weeks of training here just to show the face, and then went and did Bali, Japan with my girlfriend, and my brother and his girlfriend as well. So it was good fun.
What can you tell us of the draftees? You would have been reading up on them. Have you got the chance to say g'day so far? It's probably pretty early in the day so far, but
Yeah, no, I saw them this morning at breakfast. Chucked them a few texts, but they just all look like really good fellas. I know the recruiting team's done a great job. It's good to see some keys picked up. I know that they love the middies, and we've got some incredible midfield stocks now, but I was very happy to see some key position players picked up at the end. Although we lost Benny Mackay last year, Will Dawson looks like a pretty dour, solid, hard-nosed defender, so I'm looking forward to coming up against him in pre-season, seeing what he's about. But yeah, it's exciting. Got some good versatility there and added a few good pieces to our list.
How far do you think the group's come in terms of you had 5 guys in the first round, and last year you saw the success of Shears and Roos. So do you think the fact that you had growth from those guys shows that you can develop these young guys really quickly as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think each year it feels like, to me anyway, the boys who come in are more AFL ready. Like every year the draft just seems to go that way. So I think they know more than, especially from when I was drafted, know a lot more about what it takes to be able to make it. So they got that internal drive, what I found from last year and the year before's crop really. But I'm sure this group will be the same. It's a bit too early to tell. But yeah, they all seem like really driven blokes, and I know that's what the recruiting team look for. So yeah, I'm sure they're drafted that way.
Do you think the club though is better placed 12 months later to develop those players than what it was 12, 24 months ago? That's kind of what
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what we're trying to create, an environment that's professional, that gets the best out of each other, and it's driven from a young group of players. Because if you look at our list demographic, we don't actually have a lot of veterans, very few veterans at all. So the growth from the list is going to have to come from the younger boys driving the way forward as well. And the professionalism, as you mentioned, from blokes like Shees, Georgie, guys coming in, the more younger boys we can get jumping on board to step up and also be leaders of the club, the quicker we're going to, that light at the end of the tunnel is going to be reached. So I definitely, that's what we're trying to build, is a club that new blokes can come into and see the standard and example and live up to that, and we drive it from there. Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of the boys will, most of the boys will. We're looking forward to it. I can't wait to see how the girls go. We're obviously the heartbreak of last year for them. It'd be unbelievable to see them get into the granny, and a really great moment for the club as a whole, for them flying the flag, especially where we've been the past few years as the boys team. They've been a shining light for us, so can't wait to get down and see how they go.
Darren Thomas showed us in the back half of last year how important he is to this group. What are you seeing from him initially so far, and how far can he go with his footy in 2024, do you think?
I think the sky's the limit for Taryn. I think he honestly does have the potential to be our best player. He's got all the attributes for us, and it is a matter of him putting it all together, also getting consistency in his season. He was obviously interrupted last year, but yeah, he's come back in great condition, and it's just a matter of stringing the whole season together for him. And as I said, the sky's the limit. So, but we've got a lot of players like that who've had a bit of inconsistency. I can't wait to see what Lukey Davies can do when he gets uninjured, uninterrupted season. Jai was very interrupted last year, so there's a lot of players we had, quality players in our team that missed due to injury, had inconsistencies through their body or different reasons. So Taryn, along with a lot of other boys, we're really looking forward to seeing. Hopefully put it all together.
For a developing list, is there a particular focus in training in the lead up to Christmas? Is it about fitness, your team bonding, or is there something that Clarko's kind of pinpointed?
The thing is that it's a bit of everything. There's only so much, you can only really go off training. So we're trying to train as hard as we can, and you set standards that way. You set standards in the gym. I know setting standards is a pretty cliche term, but that's the only thing you can really do in pre-season, to try and get better and try and build a club when there's no games to go off. So until the games come, it's a matter of training as hard as you can, and trying to find that balance of, trying to find the line of pushing yourself past what you think you're capable of.
Do you know how how Clarko will sort of what the style of play this year? Obviously, last season he was away for much of the season, which will probably impact that a little bit. But is it going to be much more of the same, or because it's been a young and changing group, do you think it might be a bit more of a step up this year?
In terms of the way we play, well, yeah, every year it gets tweaked. But I think, yeah, the difference this year is we have the foundation of the game plan. So in most of my years I've been here, we've had to, adjust to a whole new game plan because there's been a different coach. But obviously Clarko here this year, we're just building on the foundation of last year and tweaking little things. I think it'd be the same with every club, but you're trying to find exactly the small things that are going to make you better on game day. So yeah, not a revolutionary change in game plan at all, just tweaking bits here and there to make us better.
I imagine that feeling of stability must be good for a player walking through the door, kind of knowing what to expect a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's been unfamiliar to me, but it's comforting having familiar faces. They know what you've done in past, they know what you've achieved last year. Because I haven't had that for a lot of my years at North, so it can be exhausting when you get a whole new list, whole new coaching staff, whole new change, a new coach, and you're trying to prove yourself again. So yeah, it's nice having consistency this year, and I'm sure we're going to have that for years to come as well.